Hey, coach, welcome back to Marketing for Fitness Coaches, the show that helps you turn marketing into a practice, not a task you avoid. I'm your host, Candace Dixon, CMO of OPEX and CoachX. And today we're talking about a strategy shift that's helping smart coaches build some real momentum while everyone else is still chasing the algorithm. Let's get into it. Right now, short form content is everywhere. TikToks, Reels, YouTube Shorts. And if you're like most coaches I talk to, you've probably been told that this is how you grow. This is where the attention is. But here's what no one's telling you. Most coaches are burning themselves out trying to win the short form content game, and they still aren't seeing more clients signing up. If you're doing the work, you're filming the content, you're posting daily, you're trying to stay consistent, but all of that effort isn't leading to consults, conversations, or new coaching clients, it's time to stop and ask, is this actually working? Or is this just keeping me busy? Short form gives you a dopamine hit. It might give you views or likes or a few followers here and there, a little boost of visibility. But when we zoom out, those numbers don't always translate to business results. And that's because attention does not equal trust. Someone watching a 30-second clip of you doesn't mean they're ready to invest in coaching. They're definitely not in a solve my problem state of mind when they're watching your short form. They're in a entertain me while I scroll mode. And the algorithm is designed to keep it that way. So let's talk about trust. There's a concept in marketing called the 7-11 rule. It says that a person needs 7 hours of exposure across 11 different interactions before they feel like they know you or trust you enough to take the next step. Now do the math. If someone's only seeing 30-second reels from you, that's 840 videos just to build enough trust for a consult. And most reel viewers are only watching the first 3 seconds before they scroll on. But let's pretend that they're watching the full 30 seconds. How many people are actually going to watch 840 clips of you? Basically none. Short form cannot carry that weight, and it's not your fault. The format just isn't designed for deep trust or really for binging your content. So here's what's happening to a lot of coaches. They're working harder than ever on content, but seeing fewer results because they're getting stuck in the short form hamster wheel, scanning for trends, writing hooks, editing videos, checking stats, chasing views, but not creating the kind of content that actually leads to relationships. We're just not making space for depth with all this focus on short form. This is where long form content changes the game. In previous episodes, we've talked about your weekly content anchor, the one deeper piece of longer form content that you're creating each week. It gives your audience time to sit with your voice, your ideas, and your values. We've mentioned that it could be a podcast episode like this, or a longer form video, a longer format written blog, or maybe a newsletter. The format doesn't matter as much as the depth, but we have talked about why video is better and more personal and also gives you the bonus of easy clipping to create short form that does in fact capture attention. We know there is a role for short form, but we just can't let it keep spinning our wheels. But let's get back to the thought of long form. When someone spends 5, 10, 20 minutes with you in a single video, they get to know you. They hear your frameworks, your experience, your coaching energy, and that's how trust is built. And it takes way less content to do it. There are 2 major reasons why long form works better for coaches. The first is relationship building. Trust grows faster long form. It gives your message time to breathe. It lets people hear how you think, teach, and coach. The second is evergreen discovery. Unlike reels that fizzle out over 24 and 48 hours, your weekly content anchor can keep working for you for months and years, especially if you're publishing it to YouTube and to your own website in blog format. Think of it like this. Every anchor you publish becomes a long-term asset in your trust bank. Now, I'm not saying that you need to completely ditch short form altogether, but it does mean that you should use it differently. Instead of trying to go viral with short form, use it to drive people to your anchor and to get more use out of your anchor. Let your reels and shorts be a highlight of the deeper work that you're doing each week with your weekly content anchor. And as we've talked about, your weekly content anchor is just you going deeper on a specific topic or a clear message, giving real value to the viewer. And then you can use short form to drive several posts throughout the week that are driving traffic and awareness of that bigger, more thoughtful piece of content that you've produced each week. Now you're building a system, not chasing attention. Here's what a smart strategy can look like for a coach specifically. You publish one weekly content anchor going deep. You clip, 2, 3, 4 shorts from it, driving awareness of the anchor. Within the content of your anchor, you include a CTA to your lead magnet that matches or extends off that same topic. You invite your audience into a conversation. That's it. Simple, strategic, sustainable. And most importantly, it's building trust before people ever book a call with you. If you've been stuck in the scroll cycle, constantly posting, but never really connecting, you're not broken. You're just building your business on a strategy that wasn't really made for coaches or any small business for that matter. So let's shift. Let's build trust, not just get views. Let's build relationships, not just impressions. Let's make marketing a part of our coaching practice, not a full-time content creator job. And let's start with your weekly content anchor. If you go back to the previous episode where we focused on this, we review all of the formats that you can consider for your go-to content anchor. Pick a format, pick a message, and give people something to connect with. You don't need 840 shorts. You need deeper pieces of content that show people who you are. Then let everything else build from there. Okay, I hope that was helpful, and I hope it gets you off the endless hamster wheel of short form content. Thank you for listening to Marketing for Fitness Coaches, the show that helps you turn marketing into a practice, not a performance. If this episode was helpful or gave you some perspective or made you pause and think, please let me know. Feedback is always helpful for me as I keep creating this show for you. And if you want to go deeper on this episode specifically, or go back to the episode on your weekly content anchor, please don't forget to check out the companion blogs. They have more detailed show notes, action items, and links for you to check out, and just additional tips that I think would be helpful for you. You can also follow the show at Marketing for Fitness Coaches, or you can follow me personally on Instagram and shoot me a DM. I'm here to help and bounce ideas off of. This show is part of the CoachX podcast network, a network I'm deeply passionate about. It's a collection of shows that are all designed to elevate the coaching conversation and help you build a practice that you're proud of. I hope you've checked out all of our shows and that you're enjoying the content that the network is producing. Until next time, keep coaching, keep creating, and I will catch you in the next episode.